Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend, and we are going to get right into the week, and we're going to discuss the squat, specifically the front squat this week. So with any squat variation, but specifically a front squat, some of the most common injuries we're going to be looking at are with the knee joints. So when looking at knee pain, knee injuries, especially when squatting, maybe it's something else you did, but you just feel it when you squat, we're going to be looking at a few different things that might be the underlying cause of that. So from a mobility perspective, one, maybe you just can't get in a very deep squat position because you're lacking mobility in your hip joints, in your knees, and probably your ankles, or one of those, or maybe all of them. So when we're looking at those issues, we probably need to target mobility of the hip joint, of the knee, of the ankle joint, and that can be done by going through different range of motion movements at those joints, or we can work on freeing up the tissue, getting better moving tissue, increasing mobility that way by doing some soft tissue work on the glutes, on the quads, and on the calves. So if you don't have very mobile knees, you don't have very good knee flexion, cannot bend your knee very far without pain, or maybe you just feel restriction in your ankles, maybe your calves feel really tight, any of those could apply to you. We just need to free up some movement in the tissue to get the joints moving better. So if that applies to you, you probably just need to do some foam rolling or hop on maybe a lacrosse ball or something to work on, spend some time freeing up the tissue of the quads, so the front of the thigh, in the glute area, and in the calves. So we're looking at the whole calf of the whole lower leg. So that could apply, or maybe you don't necessarily move all that bad on those joints. You have decent range of motion. Maybe you're just lacking stability. That would be looking at the glute. We need to probably work on strengthening the glute to stabilize the hip, which does help stabilize the knee when going through a squatting movement pattern. So if maybe you have knee pain out there when you squat, or maybe when you're just doing everyday life activity, maybe these are the areas you probably need to focus on. So looking at mobilizing the hip, knee, and ankle joints. So not just looking at the knee specifically, looking above and below the knee joint, and or maybe need to just work on gaining more stability by creating more activation in the glutes to help stabilize those knee joints and stabilize the ankle. So if this applies to you when you squat or when you're climbing stairs or any movement in general, these probably are the areas you need to focus on. So if you need help, we would be more than glad to help. Reach out, guys. Hopefully enjoy. Thank you. Have a great week.